Hey guys, I'm finally back with the Etrols. We had 3 of these hammocks that I have to still show you a review on, and I've done some promo films on it earlier, as you saw those, and promised to give you a real review. Well, there had been a delay, and part of that delay was due to the fact that they have named this hammock. The other 2 still haven't been, so we're going to wait until they do name it before we do the reviews on those. This is called the Bat Hammock. Not sure why they came up with that name, but they did. Anyhow, one of the other reasons I had trouble with getting these videos out is they had some problems on their end of the websites and communication and what have you, and I couldn't get in touch with these guys. Finally got it sorted out. I'm not sure what happened, but they did get it sorted out. We're back in communications, and that's when I found out about the name and what have you. And I think they recently put it up on the website on Amazon with a new name on it. Anyhow, before we get into hanging this thing up here and all, I want to give you some weights on this thing, and I want to do a little comparison on the new straps that they've got for these, which are newly designed, and compare them to the older straps we've been using now for a few years. Let's get to those, and then we'll get this thing hung up. Well, as you can see here, the hammock weighs in at 827 grams. We're going to have 29.14 ounces, or 1.82 pounds, and that is with the heavy beaners here. Let's take these beaners off of here. Let's substitute them with the lighter ones. This is for you guys out there who would be doing this kind of thing and want to know what this thing would weigh with your proper beaners on it. Now let's get back to we got 745 grams, 26.21 ounces, and 1.638 pounds. Let's get down to these straps and show you the difference between these and the old design. These are the new redesigned ones, and they're 191 grams. 6.74 ounces, 0.422 pounds. Let's reset this around to grams again. Now let's put the old design on here. We're looking at 49.3 grams, 17.39 ounces, and 1.04 pounds. So you can see a big difference in weight. But look at the difference in size between these two. It's amazing. Both of them are 10 feet long. This one has 16, and this one has 10 attaching points, plus the one ring at the end on each of them. Redesigned just as strong as those are. These things I think are going to hold something like 750 pounds, I think is what they said they did. I will check, and if there's a difference in that, I will put it up here on the screen someplace. Now that is a nice looking hammock. Yes, it mimics hammocks that a number of people are making, and it was supposed to. A very nice looking hammock, roomy and comfortable inside. Pull-outs on it, and the stakes that they supply. They do give you some nice stakes for it. Now I did change the beaners up here. You will notice that I've got the lightweight ones here. I just did not like the ones that they originally come with. You'll probably do the same thing as far as changing them is concerned. Zippers. I'm not sure if you can see that, but they are the SBS zippers. These are high quality zippers. One of their trademarks is the green and black on the end here. Very nice zipper. Very comfortable to operate, easy to go. And here's that stuff sack again. As you can see how we've done it, it just stays right up here. You can see the ripstop design in this thing. This material is very nice. The sewing in this is just impeccable. These people did a great job of sewing. I think I found 1 or 2 little small strays on the inside. Very well done. They captured this mat nicely. It's too bad they didn't put a zipper on this side too to have it fully open, but they did capture it very, very nicely over here too. As you can see, the threading of it even all the way down. I mean, this is really nice. No stitches missing, nothing. Very nice in this area. Let's unzip this thing and have a look inside. A little tough doing this one-handed. But you'll see the zip comes all the way to the end here, right up to the very top. So you can easily toss this whole thing over and out of your way. Get that thing completely out of the way and open that thing up. This is the ridge line they've got on it, and it is a paracord. It is reflective, and it's a bright red, which, you know, is kind of cool, really. They've included one organizer here for you, a small pocket here, a large pocket here, and the same on the other side, small and large pocket. But the real nice thing about this thing is it's got an opening between here, and you can, if you're like me, I take a bottle of water with me to bed at night. I can toss that right in there, and it's just fine. Of course, the tension on this thing now is nothing because there's no load in it. But when I load it up, that thing is just as tight as I need it to be. I think you get a real good view of the asymmetrical setup on this. It's just too bad that it's something that couldn't be the other way, or they don't offer anything the other way, because I do sleep in the opposite direction. I sleep this way. And even at that, I still had plenty of room in this thing. Had considered putting some pull-outs down here and on the other corner to see if I could get it to somewhat simulate it, but this has been cut this way. All right, let's have a look at this sewing on the end up here where the gathered end is. It's triple stitched. Very, very nicely done. Not even the slightest hint of a fray anywhere. I mean, this stuff is really done well. They've really gotten into this. Now, this is a early production hammock, and as production starts to build on a lot of things, these things, we know that sometimes things can get slack. But I know that the ownership of this company does not want that to happen, and they are staying on top of it. As a matter of fact, they've actually sent me a second hammock from another version of their hammock to see the quality control on the hammock as it's gone into production. Okay, now I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. See, right here, that is pretty much the only frayed ends or anything I've seen. I mean, it just looks like they just neglected cutting that off when they were done. The sewing in that thing is perfect all the way along there. But that's it. It's just like an extra piece of thread just hanging there, and it's not that it's come unraveled from anything. That was it. That's the only flaw I found in the entire hammock. All right, I'm inside this hammock, and I'm going to be laying with my head left, my feet right, which is not normal for me, but I'm still fairly comfortable. I did try this particular position when I was camping in it a few times, and in the end I felt like I was actually rolling off a side of a cliff somehow, and it just didn't feel natural for me. So I ended up sleeping the other way, and let me swap to that position right now. And it's a little tighter in here. But I was able to sleep here quite comfortably in this hammock. I just kind of wish it was available in the opposite direction. It would have been just great for me. I do know that when you have this design like this, where it's asymmetrical and what have you, it actually extends the feel of the size of your hammock. I'm in this hammock, and I'm in another hammock of the same size, and this thing's got this cutout here, the Asym cut on it. It actually feels like I'm in a larger hammock. The downside is that, you know, it does still feel tight in this thing at times, even though it is has been shown to be 10 feet long. A little tight at times, but not bad. You know, not bad at all. I do have an 11-foot hammock that I use, and of course that thing is cavernous. I just love that thing. And I do have some 10-footers which fit pretty nicely. This one would be perfect if it was a bit longer. Yes. A bit wider, possibly. Maybe another 6 inches would be great. Would be acceptable. Available both ways. Yeah, definitely. I would truly love it if it was available the other way. Although I have camped in it a few times, and I will camp in it again with this thing. I'm fine with it. It'd probably be better during the winter for me because it'll be cozier inside this thing. I actually slept in the summertime with it in the spring this last time around, and it was one night we went was real cold, and it was fairly cozy in here. It was nice. But you can see how far up I have to reach to get to the net. The tension on this thing is perfect. It's absolutely perfect on this thing. This is perfectly sized. It could be a little larger possibly, but you know, for things I bring in it, you know, it's all I need. I've got some with a Hennessy with a larger one on it, and quite frankly, it actually gets in the way at times. And I have a few others with some larger ones, and they get in the way. But I like this size of the unit, and I do like the fact that I can hang my water bottle in here nicely. All right, I've taken the netting down, and as you can see, it sits over the side over here pretty nicely. Gives me the feel of a completely open hammock, which it really is. It's quite wide open here. All right, here's that stuff sack. It's a double-ended stuff sack I was showing you. And what I do is I'll knot this end up, turning this thing basically into a bishop's bag. And the difference between the two is the bishop bag is open on one end with just a little slit in the end so that the carabiner and the lead can come out, and it just basically stays there, and you unload everything from this end and you reload everything from this end. So I'm going to go out and just quickly hook this up to the post over here, and then we'll unload it a little bit, and then I'll just pull it back in. You'll see basically the ease of unloading and the ease of loading it back. As you can see, we got it hooked here. What we do is just unload it like so. Then when we're done camping, we're going to take things down. We just start stuffing it into the bag as we work our way down the other end, and it never touches the ground. Oh, there it is, guys. That's the Etrol bat hammock. Very nice on them. My opinion on it, my feelings, great hammock. I really do like it. If it had been a head right, foot left design, it would become my go-to hammock. I mean, I'll use this hammock a lot. Don't get me wrong. I will use it quite a bit, and it's very comfortable in there with me at my size, and I'm just a little under 5'10". And I get in here, and I'm just comfortable as can be in it. But I could be a lot more comfortable if I slept the other way or if it was designed the other way. Unfortunately, it's not. So, will it be my number one hammock? Probably not, but it'll probably compete with my go-to hammock quite often. I've already camped in it a few times. I'm going to continue to camp in this thing. I really do like it. It is a very nice hammock, very well made. It's a great product. And of course, you've seen my videos, and I'm not afraid to tell you when one's not up to par, up to snuff. But in this case, it is very well made. I had a few people who responded to the previous video I did on this thing, and a number of people bought it. And also some of the other websites that I had shown that this thing was available. I had a number of people talk to me about it. I think the number one complaint that the people had was it wasn't 11 feet. And I wish it was 11 feet. That would be great. But it's not, okay? So keep that in mind. But the people who have purchased the hammock are just really pleased with it. Nick Nickerson, he left me a response on my YouTube, on the YouTube channel, on one of the other videos I did about this hammock. And he left that video, the response. I'm going to put that response up here after we speak. if I get done speaking here, and then just pause it if you want, because it is kind of lengthy. But he is, what, 210 pounds, I think you said he was, and he weighs, he's 6 foot tall, and he said he was quite comfortable in there. And he's not the only one I've had it at 6 foot. I had one person at 6'2" say that they fit in the thing quite comfortably. Of course, they sit with their head left and feet right, and it was just perfect for them. But they were all real happy with it. So don't let the fact that it is not an 11-foot hammock get in the way. I'm not gonna. I'm certainly not gonna. And if you want to let it get in the way, then so be it. You just miss out on what really is a nice hammock. I mean, I'm really pleased with it. I've been totally impressed with this particular hammock and these people and the way this was made since the day I got this thing. And I've had this a number of months now. One of the other things I did want to point out, earlier I was showing you the straps, and I thought that was a 750-pound rating. They're 500-pound ratings. The reason I say that, I have another hammock that has the same straps, and that was a 750-pound. But, you know, straps 500 pounds, you're never going to get 500 pounds in this thing. The hammock itself, though, is rated at 440 pounds. So if you wanted to struggle in there and you're that heavy, or you wanted to struggle a couple people in there, it'll be real cozy. But it'll take it. It'll handle it. So anyhow, that's my feeling on it. I mean, if I had to go out and buy the hammock, yeah, I'd buy it. $39.99 is what this thing's going for right now. And every so often, keep an eye on it if you're going to buy it. They do occasionally put a 5% coupon down there under below the price on this thing. So snatch that coupon too. Get an extra 5% off, brings it into the mid-30s at that point in time. But it's well worth the $39.95 and then some. Anyhow, that's the end of it. We'll be moving on to the other hammocks as soon as I get some names from them. Or if they tell me that they're delayed on it, we'll just do them without the names. But right now, we've got another one down. Bye now. Oh, before we call it a day, guys, I did have something else I wanted to add on to it. This thing now comes in multiple colors. You get the black. They have a green, a blue, and an orange. And one other thing which is really cool is all of their hammocks come with a lifetime warranty. If ever you have a problem with it, contact them. They'll make an adjustment. They'll take care of it for you. Now we can call it quits.